Hey, happy Monday. Welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Here we are with another Makeup Bag Monday. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. It definitely is letting me choose makeup products from my collection, and also I've been heading out and purchasing some new fun stuff that I'm throwing in my bag. It allows me to use these products for a week, play with them, learn to love them or learn to not love them, and toss them or pass them on. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Please hit that subscribe button below, stick around in my little corner of the internet. That would mean the world to me. What I'm going to be doing is reviewing what was in last week's makeup bag and then sharing with you what is in this week's bag. So if you want to see what I'll be wearing for the week, please stick around. So what I'm going to be doing is reviewing the products that have been last week's bag. For my primer, I was using Laura Geller's Hydrating Primer. I love this primer. I love primers that are not silicone based. My skin is very dry, so this was a nice hydrating primer. It actually felt like a moisturizer, but yet my makeup did go on smoothly. There was no patchy areas and my skin just felt hydrated. So this is definitely a fave. I'm going to be keeping this. I won't be using it in this week's bag. I'm going to try something different. But definitely if you have dry skin and you don't like a silicone based primer, this is a great one to try. Now for my foundation that I was using last week, it was Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Foundation. And this I do love. Again, for mature dry skin, it is fantastic. The color that I was using is Soft Beige. So Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Foundation, I'm going to read a little bit about it, is tested under 7 different photo lighting conditions to deliver flawless camera-ready makeup every time. Specially made with a matte light diffusing complex to give your skin a no filter perfection. And I have to tell you that I'm really happy with the results from this product. I definitely do feel that my skin does have that soft photo finish, and I'm just overall pleased with this product. I did find that a couple of different ways that I've applied it. What I found best is when I used my EcoTools Beauty Blender, or just EcoTools sponge. This gave a really nice finish to the Wet n Wild foundation. So definitely a product that I liked. The only thing that I did not like about it was the applicator is this plastic looking applicator. So dipping it in and then onto my skin, I wasn't pleased about that. So what I had purchased through Amazon was a set of 2 of these pumps that does have a pump applicator. So I did put the product into this dispenser and it just made it a lot easier. And I just don't like constantly dipping it back in there as far as foundation for cleanliness wise. So I will link these down below. You can purchase them on Amazon. You can buy them in a set individually or whatever have you. Next, for the brows, I was using from Maybelline the Brow Drama Crayon Pomade. I was a little skeptical on using this just because the applicator is just a really fat, round tip. So it took me, a few days into using the product to really learn to love it. So it's kind of like a crayon. If you have thin eyebrows, I don't think this is going to be the product for you, as you're not going to get the precise thin lines to make it look like hairlines. But I have like longer hair, thicker brows, so a few days into this, I was really learning to love it. It made me look like I had thicker eyebrows. It does kind of feel a little dryish, but yet also, when after applying it, did kind of make it go on really, really nice. Set it with Arbonne's brow gel. So this is a keeper. I do love it. I'm not going to be using it this week, but definitely is a product that I learned to love after using it for a few days. And that's why I said I love doing these because it gets me to use the products for a week, learn to use them correctly so they actually do the purpose, I guess, that the product was made for. Okay, so next from last week's bag is from Catrice, the Prime and Fine Primer. I just basically used this primer underneath my eyes to kind of lighten up the area. It is a creamy based primer, and I think I mentioned in my last video that I tried to use it all over my face and it made me look so pale that my kids were like, "Mom, are you okay? You look a little pale." But I wanted to give it another try and just use it under my eyes. So this, you know, it's great. Did I love it? No, I don't think I loved it. It is kind of silicone-y. I'm not quite sure if it is. Let's see if I can read about it. It doesn't really say. I could do a little more research on it, but I don't know, it wasn't something that I loved as far as under my eyes. So is it okay? For me, I think it was okay. Under eye setting powder, I do love e.l.f.'s HD under eye powder. This is definitely a keeper. I really wish I could find it in something that's bigger than this little jar, but this definitely is nice. It sets nice, just helps with setting your under eye makeup. Definitely like that. For highlight, I did have two products that were in my last week's bag, and the first one was from the Balm, and that is Mary Lou Manizer Highlighter and Shimmer Compact. This is very pretty. I also had from IT Cosmetics Hello Light Illuminator, and this, ooh, wow, that was reflecting. And this is more of like a illuminating cream. And to be honest, I didn't really use this one all that much. So I think what I'm going to do is try it again in another week. I'm not going to put it back in this week's bag, but I'll try it again in another week's bag. I kind of really focused on using this one and also the palette that I used from Sephora. The Ombre Obsessions Blush palette has a highlighter in the center. So I did kind of use the highlighter there, and I focused more on the Balm's highlighter. I do love these two. Back to the Sephora Ombre Obsessions palette. This is really pretty. Actually the makeup that I'm wearing today is everything from last week's bag, and that's something that I'm going to do, just show you the kind of review, what the makeup looks like on. And what I had used for today's blush are a combination of these two colors. This one is more a pinky tone, and this one is more of a brownish, peachish kind of color. So that's what's fun about this palette, is you can kind of combine colors. Some of them do have, you know, that ombre look to it that, for instance, this pink one does have the lighter color in there. So when you kind of swatch it, it does give it like a little bit of a different effect. That one was really bright, but I do like this palette. The colors go on really nice. They're very pigmented, long lasting. So this is definitely a fun palette. It's no longer available through Sephora, but I did find mine on a couple of apps that I have. I do have a Poshmark account and I have a Mercari account, and you can buy makeup and beauty, you could buy clothing, and I did actually pick up this palette from someone on the Mercari site. So it was fun. I really, really liked that. For eyes last week, I did use the Bare Sensuals palette, and this was a fun palette. Unfortunately, this one is no longer available. I think Bare Essentials comes out with palettes that are available for a certain season or time frame. So let me just try to hold it up without dropping the brush. But this palette was definitely a fun palette. There aren't that many mattes in here. There were some shimmers, but I did make good use of it with trying to do the matte colors on my lids and crease line and some of the shimmer, chromey type colors on the inner part of my eyes. So very nice pigment to this palette. They did blend well, and I really am happy with that. And the colors that I'm wearing today are all over. I chose this color here that is Lure. In my crease, I have the color Upgrade, which is this color here. It's kind of like a grayish tone. That is in my crease. In the corners of my eyes, I have the color here, which is the first one, called Exposed. Ooh, sorry for that. So this is the color, sorry for the background in that mirror. This is the color that I have right in the inner part of my eyes. The colors do blend well. They are long lasting, and this definitely is a fun palette. Not sure if you can get it on their website, so I apologize for sharing 2 products that I'm using for the week that are no longer available, but I'm sure if you go on eBay or Amazon or any of those 2 app sites that I've mentioned to you about, I'm sure you can find these palettes. The eyeliners from last week I will be using again are the Urban Decay's Tight Line and Waterline pencil, and this is great for the lower inner tight lining. It's more of a cream tone, which I like, so that's going to go back in this week's makeup bag. I did like Arbonne's eyeliner, and it does have a applicator where you twist the bottom. It is a nice creamy eyeliner. I do have it on today. The color is Hematite. You can get this through my website, and it does come in other colors. And I apologize if you hear noises in the background. That is my husband and my boys power washing the back deck, and they decided to do that while I was filming. So not sure if you hear that in the background, but if you do, that's what the boys are doing. I did not use the CoverGirl's Perfect Point Plus eyeliner. I think maybe it was in the bottom of my bag and I just didn't use it. I forgot all about it. So will I use it this week? I don't think so. We'll bring it back another time. So I can't give you my review. Gotta love my boys. I don't know why they're going in and out of the house, but seriously, I'm getting aggravated. For this week's bag, let's see what we have in here to share with you. So for foundation, I'm gonna be using L'Oreal's Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation. I have yet to use this foundation. The shade that I have is 201 Classic Ivory. So it is a creamy based product, very nice. And I'm looking to definitely see if there is a glow. And I like a foundation that has something that's not so matte, but yet gives a look of hydration, a nice shine to it, and long lasting. So there are some things on the back here. Let me read this. Lasting Glow Foundation, never dull, never greasy. So the finish is radiant. It says it wears up to 24, so it's actually marked at the 24-hour wear. Coverage is medium, and the texture is air light. I am really excited about trying this product, and I love products that are long lasting. Let's see if there's any SPF in here, and there is an SPF of 15. So what I'll be doing is probably adding more of my SPF to my skincare routine before I apply this. So excited to try that. And any of the products that I have in this week's bag, guys, if you've tried them, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought of these products, and stick around so you could see next week's review. of what I thought about the products and how they wore on my skin. It is nourishing, silicone free, and Heidi Ho loves primers that are silicone free. So this is what we're going to be using for primer this week. Let's see how well I like it compared to my fave, Laura Geller's Spackle primer. I'm taking a few things from my Boxycharm box that I got this month, and I will link that video up above. So what I'm going to be using, as I actually really thought this product was fun, it is a liquid glow, and I'm going to be using this underneath my foundation from Temptu. They collabed with Boxycharm, and what this is a liquid cream that you can either use as, you know, all over face color, or you can just use it on certain parts of your face for adding a little illumination to certain areas. But I think I'm gonna add this underneath my foundation, or maybe throughout the week try to play with it to see if maybe it works best in highlighting certain areas. It does have a kind of rose goldy illumination to it, so I'm excited to try that. And the other product that I'm going to be using from my Boxycharm box was the Brow Gals palette, and this is a palette of 3 shades of brow colors. And it did come also with a brush, double-ended brush, an angled, and then there is the spoolie on that end. It does have a nice mirror in the compact. I'm excited to try this because I do also like Milani's brow kit. That I also used with an angled brush and getting more precise kind of color to the brow. So I'm excited to see what this is all about. Let's see if I wrote any notes about that. I did not. Where's my, I did keep my card. Okay, so for the brow palette, the Convertible Brow by the Brow Gal. It is a powder pomade duo that you can apply color and definition to the brows. If you use it dry, it acts as a powder. If you wet it, it acts as a gel. So you can get 2 effects out of this palette. So I'm really looking forward to trying it both ways and see what works best. So a great product that I got in my Boxycharm box. Also from my Boxycharm box, there's the Highlight and Contour Palette. This is by IBY Beauty. So you have 3 highlights and 3 contours in 3 different shades. And let's swatch the highlights, what these look like. Not too overpowering, just really, really nice. And they feel very soft, and I am really liking that. I'm actually liking the 3rd one, which is this one here right now, and which is this one. I'm really liking that. Kind of has a little more of a pinkish kind of undertone to it. So this is what we'll be using for the palette. Anybody have anything from their Boxycharm box that they've tried? Let me know down below in the comments what you think of them. So 2 products I'll be using from the Boxycharm subscription that came this month. And I, for my first Makeup Bag Monday video, said that I had purchased an eye palette. And I said that I was going to use it in the next week's bag, which would have been last week's video, but I totally spaced all about it. So I am very excited. I'm going to be using it this week. And guys, check out this gorgeous palette. I am loving, first of all, how it looks on the outside. And sometimes palettes or makeup will make me fall just for the packaging. Maybe one day I'll do a video on just fell for the packaging, so I had to have it. This is just gorgeous. And it does have a mirror inside. And let's see, there's a little thing, and I haven't even dug into this yet, so I'm excited to try it. Live Life Vividly is the little plastic thing that's on the mirror, and it does have a brush. It does have a brush. I'm gonna take it off. Hopefully I'm not gonna leave too many fingerprints, but check out the colors in this palette. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. The only thing is there is only, I think, one matte color in this palette. It's maybe not so matte, but the one that is not so shimmery is this one here, the third one in. Not so shimmery compared to the other ones. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is try to find something from another palette to kind of go as an all over base if that one's a little too shimmery. So let me swatch these for you. We're gonna clean this up, or maybe do my other hand. Ooh, the pigmentations on this is just pretty. Ooh, the second one in is very light. And then the third one in is that more of a matte, not so shimmery shade. Pretty. They're really kind of peachy and pinky, but yet so pretty. Oh my gosh, that last one. Oh. All right, if you can see them, I didn't swatch them very well on my hands, but as you can see, they're very shimmery except for this one that's right here. So it's very light if you can even freaking see it, but it is right there. And then this one's not too bad, but it does have a hint of a shine to it. But you can see this one, whew, look at the shine on that, and this one, these two down here. I'm gonna say that this one here does have some texture to it when I swatched it, and this one has some texture to it when I swatched it as well. So I'm excited to try the palette, how the colors are going to look, because they are very light pigmented, except for the two here. All the others seem to be very, very light. So maybe with a good primer or with a good base coat, maybe they'll look okay. So we're gonna see how that goes. I mean, I just thought the packaging was beautiful. I hope it's not going to be a bust on color. I do want to say that I realized when I was swatching these for you guys, I forgot to talk about last week's lip color. And I think it's because when my husband and my boys fired up the power washer to do the back deck, it threw me off a little bit. So I do want to tell you about last week's lip colors. So I did use from Clinique the Crayola Chubby Looking Crayons, and this is the Buxom's White Russian Buxom Gloss. And that's when I picked these two items up together, and I totally forgot to use that. So that's going in this week's makeup bag. But these are so fun. And the color that I'm wearing today is the darker one called Fuzzy Wuzzy. And this is just very, very cute. This one has more of a little bit of a sheen to it, where the other ones are a little more glossy. And they are just fun. They're absolutely adorable. They look like mini Crayola crayons. These three are a little more on the glossier side. I'll take these off. And one of them is very light. The melon, as I had mentioned in last week's bag, is very light. Marvelous is glossy and light. And then I didn't wear the brick red. I just couldn't do it. But these are the other three, and more on the glossier side, where I said Fuzzy Wuzzy has a little bit more of a sheen to it. Now, the only thing that I didn't like about them is they're not long wearing. I did have to reapply them kind of a few times throughout the day. And as far as transferring, in the first part of the few hours that you're wearing it, it doesn't really transfer too much, but I would have liked it if they were a little more long wearing. But I just thought they were cute, fun, fit nicely into your purse. And I think my favorite out of them all, of course, is the Fuzzy Wuzzy color. And I did love the Buxom. Buxom glosses are my absolute fave, and the White Russian is definitely a fave as well. Okay, back to this week's makeup bag. Sorry that I forgot to talk about the lip glosses. And let's see where we're at. Where is my bag? God, my husband's totally throwing me off. I love you, but it's totally not getting me through my video. Now, for cheeks, I'm going to be using Becca's Blushed with Light palette. It is a 3 blush palette. Pretty packaging on the outside. Gold speckles. There is like a little texture to it. Let's see what we got. We have Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon. So Wisteria, right? Let's see, hold on. Wisteria, Songbird, and what did I say the third one was? Snapdragon. So these are so pretty. Let's swatch. Wisteria, oh, I can't use that hand. Oh my God, I am so flustered through this video. We're gonna get through it because we just have to. So here is Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon. Those are pretty. Very nice pigments to it, and I'm excited to try this. So that is my blush palette. So 3 different colors to choose from for blush for the week. What else do I have to talk about? And I think lastly, I think it's lip polishes. Let me clean off my hand, and then what we're going to do for lips. And I think that should wrap it up. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't. Oh, no. See? I should have really done this when I'm in the right frame of mind. Maybe I just need another cup of coffee or whatever have you. So I'm not doing the lips just yet. Mascara. Okay, CoverGirl's Total Tease Mascara. This is what I'm going to be using for the week. This is new, and excited to try that. This just does have some really wacky ass brush. I mean, seriously, look at that little thing on the end. Maybe that's just supposed to kind of get like towards the end of your lashes. I'm not really sure, but we are going to give this a try. But it just definitely has a really weird brush. If anybody has tried this mascara, let me know down below your thoughts on it. So we're going to give it a whirl. That's the mascara for the week. Oh, last week's mascara, see, was by Essence Rock and Doll. Let's just say I liked it. By Essence, my fave, I think, from that line is the Lash Princess. That is my ultimate favorite from that line. So, but the Rock and Doll is good. It's a little clumpy, so if you're not a fan of clumpy mascara, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Eyeliner for this week is from Essence. It's an eyeliner pen. I have it in black, and it does have a nice felt tip to it, and it just glides on really nice and easy. So now we are hearing the dogs. It's just insane. I apologize if you don't want to continue watching. I understand. I'm going to shut the door. Or maybe walk out. Maybe instead of coffee, I could use a drink. Okay, I picked up brand new for my collection from number 7. Okay, so I am not quite sure where my camera cut off. The disc actually went full. So my finishing powder is going to be from Airspun. It is an oldie, I think, but goodie. It's been in my collection. And I'm bringing it back out again. There's no color to it. It's very fine texture to it. It sets your makeup really, really pretty. It has a really nice scent to it. I'll read a little bit on the back of the cover if this is new to you. Featuring an exclusive micro-spun formula where loose powder particles are spun and swirled until they reach a cloud-like softness. This ultra smooth powder hides any tiny lines, wrinkles, and blemishes and gives a new softness to your skin. This I like. And I am almost done with my Arbonne's Setting Pretty Loose Powder, so I brought this back out. I'm going to be using this. I do love this product. So a few more things to touch on. I could wrap up this video. Let's hope it's not a total fail with all the interruptions and me going back and forth, but I think it's just the way it's going today. So I apologize, but I'm going to get through it. Now, eye primer I'm going to be using from Essence, the I Love Stage eye primer. And now you can hear kids in the background, and I've also been wondering how I'm going to do this when the kids are going to be home from school for the summer, which should be in a few weeks. I started doing my videos while they were in school when it's nice and quiet. So you guys have any ideas on when you shoot your videos when your kids are home? Let me know down below because I'm very curious how to get this done throughout the summer. Okay, the Essence I Love Stage Eyeshadow. It's a base primer. And I'm looking to see if there's a color here, but I think it's just the base primer. And I'm excited to try this and see how that goes. Now, I'm gonna finalize the video with the last bit of lippies that I'm gonna be using. And these are from Wet n Wild. I'm going to use 4 of them. I have 4 colors. If this video can get any more messed up, let's just keep going. The Liquid Catsuit matte lipsticks. And I love a good matte lipstick, and let's swatch these out. So the colors I have are, first one here, Nudist Peach. Really pretty. Ooh, that's Nudist Peach. And these are nice mattes. I have worn these before. I have a couple of new colors. This one, well, wouldn't that be a kicker? I have 2 Nudist Peaches. Next, give me Mocha. So I guess I only have 3 matte Catsuit lipsticks from Wet n Wild to try today. Ooh, this one's really pretty. Not worn this one. Give me Mocha. Gorgeous. Let's get the one that fell. This is going to turn out to be a comical video. All right, last color, and we are done. The last color is pink really hard. Okay. Ooh. If you like a really bright pink, look at that. Really, really nice. I'm loving these colors. And that is the lippies for the week. Guess what? That wraps up my video. And I apologize for how this video turns out, but I want to get it up, and you can hear my boys in the background. That is boys for you. So that is today's video. That is what I'm wearing for the week. I'm excited to try these products. If you do a makeup bag or makeup basket Monday series, let me know down below. Let me know what you're wearing. If you've worn any of these products or have these products in your collection, let me know your thoughts on them. I'll be happy to hear what you have to say. So comment below. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stick around for my little corner of the internet. And have a great week, everybody. See you next Monday. And till then, bye-bye.